Hey guys, welcome to the second video. And as you guys know, I only make videos when I've stayed up all night. So it may get a little crazy. Okay, so I just made one video. I'm hoping to make 50, but we'll see how it goes. Um, yeah, so far I have like 5 videos, topics written down, and notes. Okay, I did not do these notes last night. I did them some other night, but they're pretty good notes. So yeah, let's just get started. The last one had like a 10, 12 minute intro, so I don't really want to do that again. So let's just get started. And I'm going to be doing my nails while I'm on camera because I'm going to be doing like 50 videos. And of course, I don't want my nails to like not be done. And I have my iconic coffee cup right here with homemade coffee. Okay, so as you guys know, this is a spiritual, psychological, energetic type of channel that I have going on right here. So this video is going to be a 3-part series, and it is about the feminine and the masculine energy. This first video is feminine energy, and for the sake of the video and the future videos I'm going to do, I think I'm going to be doing like yin energy. So yin and yang is a big thing for me. And I'm big into astrology and stuff like that. So I talked about like Western astrology already on this channel. I don't think I talked about Chinese astrology, or I would have remembered, I think, but I'm going to be talking about Chinese astrology. But I think that feng shui goes into it, and yin and yang goes into it, and obviously the elements. So I'm gonna start like sectioning it out like that. So this video is gonna be the yin, and then the next video is gonna be yang, and so on and so forth until we get like, until you guys like learn more about Chinese astrology, which I think is really important. And there's a lot of good people on YouTube talking about Chinese astrology. This is just my take. These are my notes. And you know, everyone has their own way of doing it. So if you're watching me, if you like me, this may be for you. So, a little background on me. I would say I grew up being like naturally girly girl and also naturally tomboy. You know, it was depending on who I was around, and it wasn't like fake, you know. If, you know, someone was into playing video games, we would play video games. If someone wanted to like play in the dirt and climb trees, we would do that. If they wanted to like braid hair and like do makeup, we would do that, you know. But if I didn't want to do something, um, you know, I wouldn't do it. I'm pretty stubborn like that, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah. And then, you know, in my 20s, I learned, I don't know, but I would watch a lot of videos of like dating and dating advice from men and women on social media. And then I dated a little bit here and there. I mostly focused on like work, my career, life experiences, and stuff like that. So yeah. And so that was always the feminine, the masculine energy. Like I played around with it a lot. I shaved my head for like 3 years in my 20s, which was like the best time ever. And I've been thinking about doing it again, but I literally just got my hair this long. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so when I was doing the notes on this, I was like, wow, like I wish I saw a video like this when I was younger. So I think this is a very important video, and I'm excited to do it. So, yeah. Okay, so yin energy. What is yin energy? Okay. And I like to do like vibration of numbers and letters and words. So we're going to get into that too in other videos. So yin, the first word that came to mind that was like similar was gin. Jin, right? Which is a type of liquor that we drink. And I was like, okay, well, what is gin? Let me look it up. And apparently it's a sweet berry flavor liquor. That's what gin is according to Google. And I was like, okay, so we're off to that start. So the feminine energy is associated probably with being sweet, berry, fruit, right? Fruitful. And yin energy, Y, and then in. So it's energy inward, right? And when something's inside, we don't see it, right? Like our organs are inside. We don't see our organs unless we cut ourselves open and look inside, right? So that is another clue. Yin energy is slow, it's relaxed, and it's also the nighttime. So yang is the opposite, it's the daytime. At night is feminine energy. It's darker at night, right? Not a whole lot of activity. People are normally either like relaxing, like maybe they have a face mask on, they're watching a movie after a long day of work. That normally usually is the daytime, unless you're working the night shift. Okay, so yin energy is like slow, relaxed, has to do with the nighttime. It's inward and it's sweet. Okay, and it's like berries. Berries are also normally like darker in color, right? Like blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. You know, they're like red, like a deeper red. And self care. Okay, so other words that go with the yin energy is being receptive, you know, things coming to you, um, being cool, calm, collected, right? Being intuitive, being quiet, and mysterious. So there we go. Another word is being, right? So what am I being? Who am I being, right? You have to get like creative sometimes. So you could just be being yourself. That doesn't, you know, require anything. But maybe you're not used to being in a certain industry. So it's like it's going to require a different vibe. It's going to require something out of you. So being who you're being, eventually it shows, but I think that's more of a mysterious thing, right? Also, the word mystery has miss in it. Miss is usually associated with a woman. So we find all these clues within these things, right? And there's like a pattern. It has to make sense, right? So usually things speak to us literally, I guess. So another word I have here is feline, right? Feline is I think that means cat. Let me look it up real quick. So recently I've been holding my phone a lot and I used to never use the voice thing, but now I do. Feline definition, and it saves me so much. So late. So late. It's like literally 2025. The middle of 2025. Okay. Okay, so feline is cats. I was right. I was like feminine? But I would say cats and dogs, right? Cats are normally associated with the feminine energy, and dogs are normally associated with the masculine energy, right? Like when we say, oh, he's a dog, normally we're talking about a guy. If we say the B word, okay, that's different. But Yeah. So I have feline, and so I broke the word up, and Fe is an element. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I felt like I was just talking. Okay. So feline is cats. I broke it up. Fe is an element on the chart on the periodic table. It's element 26. Now we look at numbers and we look at letters and the vibration and all that. So the number 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 is associated with Scorpio. Scorpio is the most mysterious zodiac sign, okay? So that's something to take into account of the patterns. What element is it? It's number 26 and it's the iron, okay? So is iron associated with yin, feminine energy? I don't know, we'll see. So what is iron? Iron is the most abundant element in Earth's crust, and it has been used for thousands of years to make tools and stuff for like construction, right? So to build things and put things together, right? And I would say, yeah, that probably does have to do with feminine energy. We build things inside of us that you can't see, right? It's mysterious, and there's something building inside of us and constructing itself with the help of us, babies. And then we have those babies, and then they go out into the world, and then they're just out in the world. Just like we use hammers and nails that are usually made up with iron to help make like buildings and tables and chairs. And then once they're built, you get to use them. They get to be with in other places. Maybe you can find them in a thrift store. Then you can take them, and then you can use those tools again to like change them and stuff like that. So we use tools to make like buildings. And more of this will make sense if it's not fully making sense once I make the yang video. I just don't want to talk about the yang energy at all in this video. So yeah. So that's, you know, that. And then also the body needs iron to make hormones. Okay, so usually hormones are associated with like, depending on what hormones you have more of or less of, you're more masculine or you're more feminine, and regardless if you're a man or a woman. But some things is just like regardless if you're a woman, you most likely have more of these hormones, even if it's a little bit more. And then if you're a man, you probably have more of these other hormones, which I don't know too much about, to be honest. The body uses iron to make hemoglobin. Ooh, okay. What is hemoglobin? It's a protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen from the lungs to all parts of the body. Okay. And the myoglobin, a protein that provides oxygen to the muscles. So they have to do with the lungs, oxygen, and moving it to all parts of the bodies and moving them to the muscles. Okay. So that's what iron does. It creates these proteins. If iron is low, what happens? If we have less feminine energy, what happens? Right? If we're good with feminine energy, we may have like good breathing and stuff like that. And all the benefits that come with having good breathing and having oxygen going throughout all our body. Apparently. So yeah, so what happens if your iron's low? You may be feeling tired, you may be feeling short of breath, you also may be feeling weak, right? Because iron is strong. So if we're lacking iron, something that can like nail put a nail in a coffin, then what's the opposite of that? Feeling weak. If we're low in iron and it's not creating those proteins, what's the opposite of that? Being short of breath, shallow of breath, not being able to take a full breath, and stuff like that. So for seasons, yang is associated with winter. And I guess I have a quote that I found, and it says, true power is often found within. Okay, so I do believe that everyone, men and women, have masculine and feminine. So I do believe that everyone has yin and yang energy. And whichever one you choose to play out more, that's your business, okay? But the more you know, the more you can like weigh things out better and what works for you. So true power is often found within. Yin, Y-I-N, in, within. So what's something that you can do if you're like dealing with a lack of feminine yin energy? Well, it has to do with relaxing. It has to do with nighttime energy. It has to do with like being cool and mysterious. So what I have written down here is one, breath work. Sometimes just taking 3 deep breaths can help so much in like relaxing, and it has to do with the breath. Another thing I have written down are walks in nature, right? Usually walks in nature seem like a cool, calm thing. We're just like looking around and like minding your business type of thing. And then I have meditation. So those are all associated with feminine energies, and that's some things that you can do if you're dealing with the lack of those energies and you're feeling like tired, weak, short of breath, and you're experiencing those things. And these are the physical things. So we have more written down about that, which we'll get into. What is more things that are feminine yin energies is being reflective, feeling your emotions, and sometimes even being like a loner type. So if there's like a guy and he probably has more feminine energy, yin energy, he's probably maybe like the loner type. That may be something that's like a common theme that we see. So yeah. Okay. So here we have is what happens if a man is too feminine, right? Right now there's a lot of talk about like I have not done my nails at all in this video. Right now there's a lot of talk about like, oh, men want to be the women and this and that, and like there's a lot of talk about that. So I kind of like that I wrote this down because it's just a topic that's going on. So what happens if a man is too feminine? And in the next video, we're going to talk about what happens if a woman is too masculine. So if a man is too feminine, what happens? One, he doesn't communicate, right? He's probably cold, passive, and receptive, right? He wants you to do things, right? Because feminine energy is being, masculine is doing. So if he's a man and he's too feminine, he wants you to do the doing, right? What are you doing for him? What do you bring to the table? What are you doing? And then he's being receptive. Like, what are you bringing to me? So he's like waiting for his cup to be filled in a way, right? Because feminine energy is inward, yin, not yang, yin, in. And he's probably way too cold, way too passive. He's not like taking control of his life and like going for it. He's not like pursuing you. And just because a man doesn't pursue you doesn't mean he likes you, but he's probably maybe too much in his feminine. And if he's not communicating with you, he's probably too much in his feminine, right? If he's being too cold, he's being too much like cat, right? Ignoring you and all that. Just because a woman ignores you doesn't mean she doesn't like you, right? Like a cat, like. So, anyways, they're doing less doing and more being, right? They're overly confident, right? Iron is something that we're going to talk about again later on over a different topic, and I'll explain how that correlates. But it does correlate. So if a man is like overly confident and he's not doing anything, he's being too feminine. Or if he's too sweet, meaning he's too much of a people pleaser, then he's being too feminine. So look out for men who are people pleasers, who are passive, who are really cold with you, and who don't communicate. You don't have to understand why. If you don't want to be put in your masculine, you'll see these things and you're going to think to yourself, you may want to get creative in depending on what you want for yourself. And you know, it's 2025. If you're a woman, you've probably been there. So there we go. This is the yin energy. Now I'm gonna do the yang. So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think. I would love some feedback. But either way, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Duh, because it's my channel. But anywho, hope you have a great day. I love you guys. And hopefully I get to do my nails in the next one.